Калифорнийского института интегральных исследований, где она учит йоге звука в Ауравиле, где моя семья, мой сын, моя жена и я присутствовали на недельном семинаре по йоге звука. И вместе с Сильвией в течение недели мы изучали индийские раги, которые каждый год Сильвия изучает вместе со своими учениками в Индии, у своего великого учителя, великого мастера индийской йоги Али Акбар Хана. Сильвия — это не только божественный голос, это не только один из величайших знатоков мировой духовной, вокальной культуры, человек, который знает фольклор всей Латинской Америки, всей Азии, Африки, многих мест Европы и поет на многих языках, многих традиций, но это человек, который постиг тайну звука и может эту тайну передать нам. Эта тайна связана с творчеством, эта тайна связана с творением. В древнейшей тибетской тантре Драхталджур, что в переводе переводится как «звук, который создал все», описывается, как весь мир творится из звука. И вот вместе с Сильвией сейчас на ее выступлении на панели по йоге звука, а также на ее двухдневном семинаре по йоге звука мы с вами сможем приобщиться к этой тайне. Спасибо. Спасибо, Сильвия.
I want to give a big hand to Vladimir too. Can you help me to do big hand? What Vladimir is doing is, from the very beginning, I was in that seed of when Vladimir started searching journey to realize, manifest this conference. And I feel like I was, like in many other things in my life, watching how he was putting the seed in the garden. And now it's happening. So it's a very powerful experience. I would say that just the making of this conference is a transpersonal experience. Yeah. Right? Right? Yes, say yes.
Yes.
I didn't understand everything that Vladimir said, so I am innocent. And I would like to start by, I wouldn't be able to do this presentation without feeling so grateful, like I've been feeling since I arrived in Russia. I feel very happy, and even if it's very hot, but I feel happy. And I don't like the heat very much normally, even if I grew up in Brazil. But something about the energetics of this conference is very positive, it's very affirmative. And I went to a few sessions yesterday, and it was such a release for me as the person that puts together a lot of programs to witness true shamanism. I've seen an experience of a real shaman doing a real sound healing. And in California, we don't have that very often. So thank you. So I think this is about truth and an experience. And if you don't mind, everybody knows, and I think Vladimir said it in Russian, sound is in the beginning of all manifestations. We are all sound. And I will ask to close this door if it's possible. So I would like to talk about sound, but I would like for you to experience the power of sound. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
Say yes more.
Yes.
It didn't still reach my heart.
Yes.
A little bit more.
Yes.
So we realize that there's something about sound. I swear that all this came to me after being a complete official, classical, Western musician. And then I realized that now I don't need to bring any instrument but a bell. I don't carry my piano anymore. Because I realized from many, many notes to one note, you can get all concentrate in one note. If the note has the miracle of duration. Is that clear? Duration. You want to say that word? Duration. Again? Duration. Beautiful. Duration. So we say yes, right? That's short. I want longer. So let's do the very, very first sound, which actually is the origin of the Om. We think the Om is the primordial sound, right? But this is the origin. Bring your lips together, like kissing someone you love. Sound and movement always work together, because it's vibration. More. Thank you. I know Russia is so... And today Brazil is playing, so I'm very happy. So, who? Mudra, gesture. The gesture of the fingers. We can do the longer, every person can do it longer than the other one, so we can do the longer who in the planet. So inhale. You have to do everything I did, please. Be careful with your neighbors. And inhale it. That's reviving all the subtle body. Sound is the primordial transpersonal therapy because it works with all the layers and textures of realities and beings that we can connect. Inhale. So the complete peace comes when you offer the peace, you do the you gather your energy, Gana, and you offer your energy through sound, puja. So Gana, gathering, puja, offering, and then you gather again by inhaling that power that you just created and connected, the interconnectedness we just are creating. Let's do it one more time with that consciousness of gathering and puja, offering. Again. And sound is activating something that we will learn later. Since you realize that I'm going to be in this room all day, and I get the possibility, I have the possibility of giving these presentations as a process. So first we are going to experience, then we are going to learn something about sound, going to play some slides, And then we are going to experience again, because sound healing starts at home. It's not blah blah. It has to be felt. Right? Say yes?
Yes.
Yes. So, the sound long, so we talk about duration, and when I say everything has to be with my arms are coordinating. If I am like this, my sound is going to go to, my mind is going to take over, because the mind always wants to take over. So if there's any minimal movement, especially for the Western mind, any minimal movement will take us to the memory of the body, which is more antique, is ancient as a sound. Okay?
Yes.
I know the people that are having more connection with this very simple sounds because your eyes are softer from how you started. And some people are very new to doing these very simple sounds, so your eyes are like this. But when the eyes naturally start softening, we call soft eyes, is because sound is working into your subtle body. Okay? It's all together, we are one. Ready? Ah. So, for some reason we cannot stand up, right? That would be a mess. So, but I would love for you to stand up, and you are not going to stand up because it's going to be very complicated. But we can do that in the workshops. But in here, I want you to lose something. Loosen up. Loosen up. Feel the vibration that you are. We are sound and light beings. Sound and light is the same progression. One is faster than the other one. Inhale. Brazil. Afro. See, I was kind of in India and the East, and the sounds are very soft, right? They go up, right? So the spine is the singer, the sounds go up. And with that beautiful that now came from the spine, which is where we sing from, we are going to do the more Afro, a little more penetration, more masculine. So there's so many cultures, especially shamanic cultures, that make us sound without intuitively. We become great singers. But there's something about vocal technique that is precious, which is articulation. Articulation. So those people want to do the microtones and the overtones, but they don't talk about articulation. And the lips. Lips? Yeah, please. The song, blah, 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 blah. I don't hear anybody. So, So because we're going to be singing, I need you to open your articulation, your lips, the choreography of the lips. So now I'm in Afro-Brazil. Me first. Call, response. The most ancient form of teaching sound and healing. Call, response. I call. I'm a child. Call, response. We are already doing sound healing, right? We are waking up, right? Call. don't see invisible realms to come to this party. That's what we are saying. Again, Silvia. From the top. Now unison, meaning at the same time. But I'm not losing, I'm still a drummer. Yes, yes, yes. We don't have to wake up all these parts of the brain. This is a different part of the brain. Yes, I like that. With sound. You feel something? Yes. So you feel anything different from the moment you sat in that chair? Yes. What do you feel?
Energized.
Huh?
Energized.
Energized. What else?
Lighter.
Lighter.
Life.
Huh?
Happier.
Yeah, yeah?
Happier.
Happier! Acha! Happier! So, this is... Oh, I think I have to move. So, I feel much better. Because if you put yourself in my body, I have to be in front of all these people I don't know. So I'm supposed to have fear, or some kind of dimension of fear, psychologically, right? No, I do. So how do I express my fear? So I know I have fear. It's a sound. Fear has a sound, people. And joy has a sound, and love has a sound, which we know, right? So I know myself through the sounds that I am expressing. And if I am a little nervous, the sound that comes from me will be the throat, because the throat is communication. It's my relationship with all of you. But now after I sang, I'd rather be singing, I always say. So it's my mantra. I feel more comfortable because you're singing with me. And because we are creating the three bases of sound healing. Resonance, we are creating a field of resonance. I'm talking too fast?
No, it's okay.
Acha. So I am creating, we are creating, I'm just calling, you respond. I cannot do anything without you. That means we are together. That means wholeness. I'm not better than you. I cannot do it without you. And that's the basic of pure psychology. It's not just the therapist, the patient. That sense of authority, acabó, no more. So this is about creating a field of resonance. How do we do that? I have 180 strategies. Why? Because I didn't live in one culture, I live in millions of cultures. My parents were diplomats. And I never really engaged with one culture. I thought that they were all great. So I think that the primordial future of psychology will be to go not even culturally diverse, but culturally free. No identity. Like Damanhur or Auroville, or those places that I've been, or my own schools. Vox Mundi means the voices of the universe. That's the name of my school. So the idea of going beyond these Indian, these African, these Russian, these, just take us to that space of the transpersonal in sound. So that's one thing. The other thing is movement, which I don't see enough because you're sitting, right? But on the workshops you will be able to move more because there will be less people, or maybe lots of people, I don't know. But the whole thing about shoulders that I learned in Brazil, can we? Yes, everybody is so graceful and grace and so let's accompany that very sexy movement. Yeah, it's not like aerobics. It's sensual, it's tantric, it's connected to expansion of the body. It's longing for someone to come to me and love me. Anybody? Is that okay? So, and I'm very much interested in bringing the Brazilian sensuality into the world because it's very particular. It's very open, it's very free, it's very embodied. So, Brazil. Yeah, I am in my heart. Any hand, but I only have the right, so put it hot here. Here. Everybody please, if you want to. If you don't do it all together, it will be half of the exercise. There are practices. If you just want to hear, it's fine. Because if you are listening, you are getting almost the same experience. But if you move something, you are getting the whole brain experience. Yeah. Left, right. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. You need to feel the hair. Here is power. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Shoroma,
Shoroma,
Fefe, Shorodo, 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 yeah, Through sound healing, through music healing, through vibrational healing, through energy healing, has three kinds of sound experienced at once. Three kinds of sound we experience at the same time if we move something. Outer sound, the sound we hear. Inner sound, the sound we feel. Secret sound. Tell me what? Where sound is taking us, consciousness-wise. That is the sound of consciousness. The journey. The key and the seed for transformation. So the three sounds were outer, inner, secret, and that's an evolving practice. Usually we just connect with outer sound, radio, people talking, music, but it's something about how we feel and giving time to feel how we feel after the sound. I know everybody is feeling something, and I know everybody in this room come from different places, but there's something in music beyond ordinary listening, I promise. And that's why I am here, because I did many things in my life, from being a musician very young, psychologist for a long time. I love Freud. And then Freud kind of dissolved into Jung. And then Jung dissolved into pure music. You know, and I went through the Gestalt of core and controversial and expression. I did all that in terms of understanding consciousness movement. But then I realized that melody can take us to the same place and not necessarily having to talk about it. And in India, I discovered the key of this with one word that I want to get today, here in the morning or later in the afternoon. But the most important word that changed my life as a musician and something else, maybe a transformer. My students call me the Minister of Transportation. So, voice artist, sound artist, I don't know, but the whole point is the word. And that word I learned it from my dear guru, just passed away a year ago exactly, Ali Akbar. I've been with Kansab Ali Akbar for 27.5 years, next to his feet and bed and everything. And he taught me a word that changed all the experience and became the transpersonal way to connect with sound. The word is rasa. Ras. Some people would say ras, depending on where they live in India, or some people would say rasa. And rasa is what you are feeling, at least for 1 minimum of the second. Is that experience of heightened sense of awareness. That experience of taste of the mind, the goosebumps, that feeling of being completely engaged in the present time by sound, without bypassing the mind. Musicians, artists, everybody's trying to explain that feeling that they feel without wanting, without knowing, unpredictable. And that's the rasa. If there is rasa, there is duration, and if there is rasa, there is music. If there is rasa, there is healing. So I'm going to talk about rasa in a minute. But before that, I want you to uncross your legs, feet or whatever, uncross. And I'm going to move now into a different form of sound and music healing. The first part was about awakening. You feel a little bit more awakened even with the heat? Okay. The second part is about contemplative. And for that, we have many instruments. But there's something that I kind of always go back to, which is, where's my little girl? Here. So I'm going to change space. You know these instruments? Shruti! The Shruti box. My friend Stuart made a Shruti box with a box like Stuart is here, so is that okay? Can you see me? You want me to stand up? Oh, okay. Can you put this microphone up? Contemplative. No, leave that. Dwell in sound. Dwell in sound. So now we're going to be very microtonal. We are going to bring the mind into a space of beyond entrainment, beyond resonance, and even beyond harmony. We are going to go in the space in between. So subtle. Very minimal. about music, listening, to bring it the extraordinary piece. We are always yearning for the extraordinary. That's why we are here, right? It's about listening to your neighbors and try to match that frequency, that vibration, becoming one. use this for my mother. She's 94. And she doesn't have much patience for all the long musics and musical developments and melody, but she loves this. They are called shanty bells. So, are you feeling okay?
Oh, yes.
Is everybody feeling good?
Yes.
So I have, how much time I have? Can I have 10 more minutes? So, make your lips wet. Wet your lips. I know Raji's going to do this. Magic sounds, CD sounds, and I'm going to talk about all this in my workshops and later this afternoon. One sound is that if there's one sound that embraces all possible beings, the ones we see and the ones we don't see, and you don't have to go to school to learn, is humming. The overtones, because you have masters here, but everything comes from there. There's a I use it as a transition when something's going strange, when I need to surrender in divine hand in the hands of the mother. I need to surrender the most perfect emotional state, consciousness state, energetic state. I do the humming. It's pervading, vibrating, moving, transforming, liberating. Dwelling, pervading, duration, vibration, moving all cellular, molecular, puffing, nitro oxide, gas, Anandamayi, bliss, proved scientifically that takes you to heaven. Just molecularly active, sound healing equation enters through the body by these very simple sounds that shift all molecular structure, emotional sense of being, endorphins, dopamine, melatonin, physical body shift, frequencies, openness, radiance, sahasha, sense of unity, natural consciousness. Well-being, inner serenity, love. Another sound. And then we have to go to work and deal with reality, so we do that. The birds. You can do it inwardly. So I want to now, in that state, I want you to soften your eyes, loosen your hands. Anything is crossing the body has to be uncrossed and open. I promise the sentiment of the rasa of Saharsha, and I'm going to talk about rasa later in my afternoon and show you rasa. But I want you to listen now and do what we call one of the techniques of Vox Mundi and all the schools I work, which is called contemplative audition. Is that okay? Relax if you want to. So loose, soften your eyes. I'm not doing anything now, you're just listening, and you are precious. so soft. This movement lasts 30 minutes, 28 minutes, so I know you have to go. This is Mahler. How many people knew there was Mahler? So many new people realize that Mahler is in our culture. We are also a great culture. We have amazing music too, to release it. And that's part of the whole piece of using music as transpersonal therapy. So I'm going to do the last piece with you, which is about dedicating the merit of this beautiful gathering to all sentient beings that we see and those that we don't see. Is that okay? Yes. Inhale. Shampoo. So it's important that you talk with your friends today, whatever feeling came from listening to Mahler 4th. Because I've been listening to Mahler 4th since I am like a baby. And I always use Mahler 4th to realize the beauty of this world, Masti. So you might need just one piece of music to realize how good you are. Are you ready? Yes. Say yes. 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 And more yes. Yes. More yes. Yes. I want to thank you, Elmira. Without her, I wouldn't be here. I want to thank you all the Maximos, Maxine, Vitales, Anna, Julia, everybody, you for singing with me. The only thing I know how to do is to sing. I always say I'd rather be singing. So it's all about duration. Loka, Samashta. Loka all in harmony. Harmony. My beautiful PowerPoint on Rasa because I think you wanted to sing, right? So, but I really have a beautiful PowerPoint on Rasa that I'm going to play later this afternoon. So come, because you see the Rasa in art. Thank you.